Hi there, I'm Kevin from Buffer. I'm excited to share this tip today about how I curate content and find great stuff to share easily to social media. The tip I have today includes three different tools. One of them is Ifttt, one of them is Pocket, and one of them is Buffer. And I'm happy to talk you through each of those and how they come together into this workflow. So I'm here at the Ifttt website. That is ifttt.com, and it stands for if this, then that. As I scroll down here, you can see a bit about what it does. It connects different tools so that an action in one tool leads to an action in another tool. So these are just a small sample of all the many recipes they have. Hundreds of different apps and services are connected through Ifttt, and you can combine them in some really cool ways. So the way that I have done is, this is my list of recipes here, and the one that I often use is this one that connects Pocket, which is a read it later tool. So you can find articles, add them to Pocket, and then when you have time to read through them, you can kind of read them all in this really cool minimal environment. And the good stuff that I find there, anything I mark as favorite, goes into my buffer. And this is the recipe that I use here. It has a couple different settings to it. Let me see if I can pop in there and show you what it looks like when it's been sent. So down here at the bottom, I've had it add a photo from the post to the buffer update, and then also the title of the page or the article, plus the URL of the article, so that it all looks pretty cool and neat once it's inside my buffer. And again, Ifttt is a free service. You can connect these different things for free. If you have a Pocket account already and a Buffer account already, you can authorize and you're good to go. So over at Pocket, I have the browser extension installed. This is the page where you can install the extension from. The URL at Pocket is getpocket.com. And since I'm using Chrome, I have getpocket.com/Chrome, which is where I grabbed the extension. And once I have the extension, up here in the very top right of my browser is this Pocket icon. And I can click that to save anything to Pocket. So I'll show you how that looks here on this article. This is a pretty cool article about some different strategies. And it's a long one. I'd love to add it to Pocket so I can read it later. So I'll just come up here and click the icon. And Pocket does its magic and it's saved. And another place I like to do this is in my Feedly. So I tend to spend time kind of grabbing any content that interests me and then adding it into my Pocket, and I'll often look in Feedly for some great stuff. So if I were to go over to some of the articles here that might catch my eye, if I were to see something like this, I have added an extension here to Feedly. There's a whole list of different things you can activate to have them show up here. And you can share to Buffer straight from here. You can do all sorts of different things. I enjoy going straight to Pocket with stuff. So here is kind of the note that says this article has been saved to Pocket, which is great. Another place where I might like to do it is just anywhere that links are kind of collected online. So anywhere you see a link on a website or an article or even within email, if you right-click on the link, go down to this option here, which is Save to Pocket. And again, you get a little notification saying that it was saved. And then a couple other places that I want to show you real fast that I tend to grab content from. This is my Twitter timeline. And with the Pocket extension installed, you might notice this little Pocket icon right here on any tweet that includes a link. So what I'll often do is come over to our Buffer team list and look at through kind of the links that my teammates have been sharing. This one here is from Julian. He shares a link about our co-founder Leo speaking at TechCrunch. That sounds like a fun one for me to look into, so I'll save that to Pocket. Nicole shared something cool about diversity. I'll save that to Pocket. And one that I shared, can save that one too, just to show you how it works. So that's a really quick way that anything that piques my interest, I can quickly add it to Pocket and then check it out later. Then over in Pocket, this is kind of my this is Pocket once. Now that I've added all those things just now, it just refreshed, but this is kind of my reading list. So these are all the articles that I just added to Pocket. And then I have a big long list here that I've added in the past. And when I go in to read one of these, let's say I'll grab this one about podcasting. This is kind of the reading experience from within Pocket. So it has definitely the headline, and then it just has the text in this kind of easy to read, minimal style. It pulls out all of the ads and different things. And yeah, it just makes it really simple to browse through. If this was one that I enjoyed and thought it worth sharing, I would just come up here to this favorite button and click favorite. And then I'm pretty much done at that point. That's kind of all that I need to do in terms of curation of adding content into my buffer. The IFT recipe will do the rest. It sometimes takes a few minutes for everything to kind of connect back and forth. But if I were to check my buffer later on in the day, I'd be able to see some articles that were added through IFT. So this is my main dashboard. I have a lot of updates in there currently, so I'm going to do a quick search for the word IFT and show you one of the examples here. Cool, this is one that came up through the IFT recipe that I use. So it grabbed the title, it grabbed the URL, and it grabbed a photo. And sometimes I'll go in there and think, this might be great to edit a little bit, so I can click on the update and rewrite any of the words here. I can remove the image, add a new one. Anything that I think might be kind of fun to edit, I can definitely do that right through here to make sure it's all looking good before it goes live. And I'll often do that because sometimes the recipe will not grab the right image or not grab the full title, or different things might happen. So it's always great to kind of follow up on that just to be sure. And that's kind of all it is. I'm good to go at that point. It's very minimal work on my end. I just have the privilege of finding cool stuff and reading it and marking it and checking it, and I'm good to go. So just to recap, I use Pocket to find and collect the articles that seem interesting to me. My vetting process is pretty simple. Anything that sounds intriguing, I'll add. And then once I'm in there reading it, if one really resonates with me, I'll mark it as a favorite, and it gets automatically added into my buffer queue. And then when I go in to do my regular buffer check, I will kind of edit anything that I'd like to and leave it be, and it's good to go. So thanks so much for listening to this tip. I hope some of this might be helpful for you as you experiment with different workflows. If we can help at all with anything, we'd love to. You can get in touch with us anytime, 24/7 at hello@buffer.com. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll chat again soon.